Shalom, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Call Halal Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that tells his truth, and much respect to the Akim out there laboring in his work, and peace and salutations to the hopefully elect that are scattered across the four corners of the earth. To you I say, Shalom. So I want to go into a quick lesson that's pretty much going to be centered around this question posed by this so-called pastor from End Time Headlines, who I would perceive to be a Edomite. All right, he's out the back. But anyway, he says, why does God allow the wicked to prosper? Or why does Yahweh allow the wicked to prosper? You know? Because these Christians, they have this mindset as if they have free will, and that the Most High is, not in control of everything. They don't think that the Most High controls evil as well as good. They think he's one-sided, and that's where they stumble. All right. So by default, this man, for the simple fact that he does not understand the ways of the Most High, makes him a false prophet. And to prove that, when you go to the book of Proverbs 28 and verse 5, it says, evil men understand not judgment, but they that seek the Lord Yahweh understand all things. So evil men understand not judgment. That God does not understand why the Most High has allowed the wicked, and that would be an actual race of people, to prosper. And that would be the Edomites, the so-called white people. In which he doesn't know that. The scripture speaks about when the ungodly curses Satan, he curses his own soul. So these devils are in the dark as well about who they are and who their God is, which is Satan. So again, evil men understand not judgment, but they that seek the Lord Yahweh understand all things, and that's only revealed unto the Israelites. Let's go to Deuteronomy 29 and verse 29, where it says, the secret things belong unto the Lord Yahweh, our power, that's possessive, but those things which are revealed belong unto us and to our children forever. Forever, man, that we may do all the words of this law. So these secrets belong to who? The Israelites, forever. There's no getting around it. The Lord had never dealt with another nation, man, as far as his law, statutes, and commandments. All right. So with that said, let's read this opinion right here from this guy. He says, in this segment, we discuss how David began to reflect on how he witnessed the wicked and ungodly continue to prosper in their ways, all the while God's people suffered greatly. Okay. And so he was reading from Psalm the 73rd chapter, and he was seeing the complaints about the ungodly. Of course, how they're prospering and how they're not in trouble as other men. He don't know that it's talking about these Edomites, his own people, starting with these elites. They're not in trouble as other men are. And the Lord allowed that for a specific purpose. So it says, something happened to David when he entered the sanctuary of the Most High. They gave him the revelation of the answer to this mystery. All right, so let's go ahead and get that scripture. In Psalm 73 and verse 17. It says, until I went into the sanctuary of the Most High Yahweh, by Shem Shai, then understood I therein. Whose end? The scripture speaks about Esau being the end of the world, and Jacob the beginning of it that followeth. All right? So you have a wicked people who are set up in rulership currently, which would be the Edomites. 2 Nephi 6 and 9, for Esau is the end of the world, in which we have found out that Esau is the progenitor of the so-called white race, who was given this earth to rule. So he's the end of the world, and Jacob, which are the Israelites, the 12 tribes of Israel, is the beginning of it that followed. Okay? And so the Lord set up these wicked people for a purpose. And when you understand the ways of the Most High, you know that he is a perfect balance of everything. Everything is weighed in the balance. And that's what makes the Most High perfect. Proverbs 11:1, a false balance is an abomination to the Lord Yahweh, but a just weight is his delight. All right, so a false balance is an abomination unto the Lord. So you can't have good without evil. You can't appreciate good without experiencing evil, you know? That's why there has to be a balance in opposition to everything. You see? So these guys, these Edomites, think that they have free will, don't know that the Most High is the one that's controlling evil as well. Isaiah 45 and verse 7. It says, I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord Yahweh, do all these things. You see that? And that's what they don't understand. They think that the Most High is one-sided and that he's for all people, when in reality, he's only for one race, and that is Israelites. All right? And in these times, he's only dealing with the elect of the Israelites, the ones whom he has given this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding to understand his ways. All right? So to further prove that the Most High is in control of everything, when you go to Sirach or Ecclesiastes 18 and verse 1, it says, he that liveth forever hath created all things in general. That's everything. The Lord only is righteous, and there is none other but he. There is no other power but the Most High Yahweh. It says, who governeth the world with the palm of his hand, and all things obey his will. You see, everything obeys his will, whether it's wicked or whether it's good. For he is the king of all, and by his power dividing holy things among them from profane. Okay? So to whom have he given power to declare his works? And who shall find out his noble acts? All right? Because at the end of the day, the Lord's works are unsearchable. Okay? You cannot find out all the ways of the Most High. As you get in Isaiah 55, let's grab that real quick. Isaiah 55 in verse 8. For my thoughts are not your thoughts, and neither are your ways my ways, saith the Lord Yahweh. For as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts. All right, so the Most High's ways are far beyond our comprehension, but he did allow us to know and understand the basics of his ways, man, and how he does everything in balance, and as far as what he likes and what he doesn't like. But as far as his works, we've only seen but a few of his works. All right. So with that said, the question that the guy posed was that, why does the God allow the wicked to prosper? So, let's go ahead and get Sirach 33 and 13 real quick. All right. Verse 10, it says, and all men are from the ground, and Adam was created of the earth, and much knowledge the Lord hath divided them, and have made their ways diverse. Some of them have he blessed and exalted, and some of them he sanctified and set near himself, which is the Israelites, his chosen people. But some of them have he cursed and brought low, and turned out of their places. So that's ultimately going into Esau, the wicked, okay, who is currently in rulership, but they're going to be brought low. And this is all because of the purpose and the will of Yahweh Bashmal Shah. So let's continue reading. As the clay is in the potter's hand, so to fashion it at his pleasure, so man is in the hand of him that made him, which is the Most High, to render to them as liking him best. So the Most High is able to create, shape, and mold a race of people to do according to his liking for his own purpose. Matter of fact, when you go to the book of Proverbs 4, or Proverbs 16:4, Salakia. The Lord hath made all things for himself, yea, even the wicked for the day of evil. Okay? The man was asking why the Lord created the wicked to prosper. Well, this is the reason. He created them for the day of evil. because they're going to be brought low. Okay? And it's all to display his power. So Ecclesiastes or Sirach 33 in verse 14 says, good is set against evil, life against death. Okay? And this ultimately going to Jacob, which is good, and Esau, which is evil. And life against death. So it's the godly against the sinner, and the sinner against the godly. You see? So look upon all the works of the Most High, and there are two and two, one against another. You see that? So everything is balanced out, good and wickedness. And you have a race of people on earth, who are wicked. And that would be the so-called white man whom the Most High has cursed. Okay? But they have been given this earth to rule for a period of time just to display the wickedness so the Most High can come back and destroy them. Job 9:24, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Okay? The earth was given into the hand of the wicked. The Edomites, right? Esau's the end of the world. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? So when the wicked came into power during the time of the Renaissance, what did they do? They started painting over the images of the judges, which are the prophets, which were so-called black men, right? And made them in his image, which is wicked. See? And they went out to deceive the whole earth, as you read in Revelation, the 20th chapter, for a short period of time. Okay? So now the Most High is justified into destroying this man and taking him out of power because of his wickedness. And he calls him to do that, as you just read in Proverbs 16:4. The Lord made all things for himself, even the wicked for the day of evil. So the earth was given into the hand of the wicked. So this man was given the earth to pretty much shape, fashion, and mold it in his likeness. And that's why you see wickedness at its height right now with the LGBTQ, XYZ community, with all these different idols that are worshipped. You can do with it whatever you want, do as thou wilt, which is all rebellion against the Most High. And that's why the wicked, or the Edomites, are known as the seed of Satan, all right, the adversary. You see? So, with that said, the Most High is getting ready to take these people out of power. Okay? We're in the beginning stages of America going out of power. All right? And it's going to be by the way of our Lord Yahweh Shai returning. And ultimately, the Most High causing these nations to come up against America. I'm trying to think of the scripture. Is it Romans 9:17? Okay. Romans 9:17. Let's get this real quick. Matter of fact, verse 13. As is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. Okay. Most High loves Jacob, the Israelites, but he hates Esau. So Esau down here in verse 17 is equated unto Pharaoh. For the scripture saith unto Pharaoh, ancient Pharaoh, even for this same purpose have I raised thee up. See, that I might show my power in thee. So during the ancient times, all right, when the Egyptians had the Israelites in bondage at that time, all right, the Lord raised them up in power just to send Moses to destroy that empire, to save his people. So it's the same thing in this time, as the Israelites have been captured and sent into captivity over here in America, which is modern day Egypt, where the Lord's going to send his son Yahweh Shai back to save the remnant of his people, the Israelites, from the hands of Pharaoh once again. And again, Pharaoh is equated unto Esau. So it says again, even for this same purpose have I raised thee up, that I might show my power in thee, and that my name might be declared throughout all the earth. Because this is all for the glorification of Yahweh Ba'ashmal Shai, to show his power. Isaiah 46 and verse 10. It says, declaring the end from the beginning. Matter of fact, verse 9. It says, remember the former things of old, for I am the Most High Yahweh Ba'ashmal Shai, and there is none else. I am power, and there is none like me. See that? So the Most High is boasting in himself because he's able to do all things, man. And there's nothing that anyone can say about it. Declaring the end from the beginning and from the ancient times, the things that are not yet done, saying, my counsel shall stand, and I will do all my pleasure. Okay? And the Most High's pleasure is to destroy America at this stage for what they have done unto his chosen people, the Israelites, and the earth. Okay? And this is all the will of Yahweh Bashmal Shai. You see? So to answer this man's question, why does God allow the wicked to prosper? Well, he raised them up just like he did ancient Pharaoh, just so he could show his power. And he's going to save the remnant of his people, the Israelites, from the hand of the wicked. All right? So that's what you understand when you come into the sanctuary of the Most High. Psalm 73 and 17. Until I went into the sanctuary of the Most High, which is speaking about this truth, they would learn from our apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Okay? So once you come into this truth of the Most High, Yahweh Bashmal Shai, it says, then understood I therein. Okay, and the end is talking about the end of the so-called white man's rulership. Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it to follow. So with that, Lord willing, you're edified. Until next time I say, Shalom.